Welcome to this information session regarding property investment fundamentals, brought to you by Property Guru Pro, your gateway to a better life. Mortgages, the ugly truth. How much more do you have left to pay off your mortgage? How much is your current mortgage total? What are your monthly repayments per month? And how many years to go on your mortgage? I want you to do a quick little exercise. Grab your phone, go to calculator, and do a little math. Do your monthly repayments times 12, and then times that by the years you have left to go at your mortgage. You see that big fat number? No wonder the banks are making record profits. What we're going to introduce is the mortgage offset account. You probably heard this before, but let's dive into it so you get some clarity. It's just like a normal bank account, except it is linked to your mortgage. So if you put money in your mortgage, it goes down the same amount and vice versa. Having a look at the image on the left, you will see that your $5,000 pay goes into your bank account and your mortgage is still $100,000. But look at the right, and you'll see if your pay goes into your offset account, your mortgage decreases to $95,000. It doesn't even earn you any interest, but it saves you interest on your mortgage. Every day your money is in your offset account, it is saving you interest. So to recap that, every day your money is in your offset account, it's saving you interest. Let's use the same principle to repay your mortgage faster. Did you know many families can pay off their homes up to 10 years faster, saving tens of thousands of dollars in interest using this same system? How? Have a look at the image. Your pay goes into a mortgage offset account, which you pay your bills from, and you can also use your credit card up to 55 days free credit. Same money, different philosophy. Now we're going to look at the top 6 to 7 property investment options that you probably know and don't know of. So we're going to look at houses, house and land, townhouses and units, apartments, duplexes, and what we like, dual occupancy. So let's start with existing houses. So the pros: if you're an investor, you get immediate rental return. See what you're getting: established area, no body corporate cost, and a broad resale market. Some of the cons of investing in existing houses: no depreciation tax deductions. Have to replace appliances such as hot water, air cons, and dishwasher. Greater maintenance issues. Renters prefer new homes, and you have to pay stamp duty on 100%. Let's dive into new house and land. Pros: depreciation tax deductions. Appliances all under warranty. Hot water, air cons, dishwasher, etc. Less maintenance issues. No body corporate cost. Renters prefer new homes. Only pay stamp duty on the land. Generally appreciate in value better than units, townhouses, and apartments. And a broader resale market. Some of the cons: buying off the plan, not immediate rental return, and normally in newer areas. Okay, now let's compare that to apartments and units. Pros: often central location, cheaper than house in the same area, sharing cost of facilities, often on-site management, ideal for SMSF, which is self-managed super fund, as sold as completed. Can put a deposit down and get value increase during the 1 to 2 year sales and construction period if the market rises. But look at the cons: often 1 to 2 years wait until settlement. Body corporate cost eat into returns. You have to pay stamp duty on the entire price. They often don't appreciate at the same rates as houses. Prices are more volatile. And also, when units and apartments are completed, you are competing with hundreds of other landlords for the same tenants or buyer. Often younger, more transient tenants, family tenants prefer houses, kids and pets. Can lose substantially prior to handover if the market falls, and a narrow resale market. We're going to compare this now to townhouses. Okay, some of the pros with townhouse investing: often central location, cheaper than house in the same area. You get a small courtyard, pets and kids. Sharing cost of facilities, sometimes on-site management. Ideal for self-managed super fund as sold as completed, and can put small deposit down to get value increase during construction. Some of the cons of investing in townhouses: body corporate cost eat into returns. Have to pay stamp duty on entire price. Often don't appreciate the same rates as houses, and prices are more volatile. Often younger, more transient tenants. Family tenants prefer houses, kids and pets, and a narrow resale market. Okay, we're going to look at duplexes. Now, the definition of a duplex is 2 properties on a common plot of land with shared common walls, may be adjoined or separated, used for renting out to 2 different tenants, may be strata titled. Some of the pros with investing in duplexes: 2 tenancies equals 2 incomes. Rental returns are likely around 6 to 7% per annum. Greater depreciation tax deductions. Extra income can help you pay off your mortgage much sooner. Maximizes potential of your block and can strata title and sell separately. Instant equity once title separated. Some of the cons: 2 sets of rates, etc. Small body corporate, cost eat into returns and have to pay stamp duty on entire price. And narrow resale market. Now let's look at dual occupancy. So the definition of dual occupancy is like duplexes, they share common land and may be adjoined or shared common walls and can be rented out to separate families. Only 1 set of rates and 2 incomes. So looking at the image here, you'll see on the left, you have Unit 1, which has 3 bedrooms, and Unit 2, separated by a wall, has 2 bedrooms. 1 land, 1 building, 2 different dwellings. Now, dual occupancy. Let's look at the pros for investing. You get 2 tenancies, which equals 2 incomes. Only 1 set of rates on 2 dwellings. Rental returns 6 to 7% per annum, and no body corporate fees. Greater depreciation, tax deductions, and only pay stamp duty on land portion. Maximizes the potential of your block, and extra income can help pay off your mortgage much sooner. Ideal solution for multi-generational families. But the cons: cannot separate titles in most cases, and a narrow resale market. Alright, we're going to dive right in now to the 7 principles of property, brought to you by Property Guru Pro, your gateway to a better life. Remember, knowledge is the key to smart property investing, but sooner or later, you're just going to have to dive in and pull the trigger. Principle number 1, and you've heard this before, don't put all your eggs in the one basket. Your home and your investment properties are your biggest investments you will make in your life, so why would you buy them all in the same city? Invest in 101. Diversify your portfolio in other areas or states that have different economic drivers. Number 2, use logic, not emotion. Do you think with your head or your heart? Base your decision on the numbers, not how pretty is the facade or how trendy is the suburb. Use logic, not emotion. Now, logic, property versus shares. Looking at the graph and the legend, you'll see in the green you have the stock market / super, and in the red you'll have residential property. Looking at the graph, you'll see from 1987 to 2010, the All Odds versus ABS House Price Index. You'll see the winner is property. Logic, property is dependable. Another graph you can see is the shaded areas are recessions. And on the right, you'll see the Australian housing prices. Australia's growing housing shortfall is increasing year upon year. Now we're going to look at the third principle is property gives you 3 types of incomes. What do you mean by that? Let's have a look. Now, if you had money in the bank, let's say you had $500,000 in the bank at a 2% before tax equals $10,000 annual income versus rental property. If you had $500,000 in rental property, your income number 1 would be at least $500 per week, which gives you $26,000 a year. Income number 2, capital growth, estimated at 8% equals $40,000 a year in capital growth. And income number 3, tax saving, estimate $6,500 of tax saving, gives you a total annual return of $72,500. 3 incomes, 1 investment. Principle number 4, best way to pay off your home. Add an investment property and pay your home off even faster. Your pay goes into your mortgage account, your rental income goes into your mortgage account, and your tax deductions go into your mortgage account. I hope you're taking this all in so far and you're learning some information with property investing. You can always pause, rewind, go back and watch over some notes, or you can comment below on things you're unsure about. Let's continue with number 4, best way to pay off your home. How much can you save? Principal and interest loan. Let's look at the graphs. So interest saved, $190,000, years saved, 17.6 years. We're going to look at a mortgage size of about $400,000. With our rapid acquisition plan, you can pay your home off in roughly 12 years versus traditional mortgage payments over 30 years. So example client details. Couple with incomes of $90,000 and $60,000 in one child. Living expenses $1,000 per week. Home debt $400,000 on a 30-year loan at 4.5% interest rate. Assume 0.5 investor discount for 2 properties. Sample investment property, PP, $400,000 with $400 weekly in rent. Investment loan at interest only, borrowing 100% of the purchase price and purchase cost. Pay off 3 properties in 30 years. For many people, it's possible to pay off 3 properties in the same time as it would normally take you to pay off just one, using the Rapid Acquisition Plan, RAP. Looking at the graph, you can see from a $400,000 mortgage in red, which would normally take you 30 years, you could actually purchase your home in 12.4 years, your next investment property in the next 5.6 years, and then another investment property in 7.2 years, in 25.2 years in total. The example is the same client purchasing 2 investment properties at $400,000 with $400 per week rent in each. Number 5 in the principles of property investing, use other people's money. Your investment can be as little as $20 a week or even $0. Now think about this, if you can afford $20 a week, you can afford an investment property. Looking at the image, you'll see your tax deductions, your tenant, and you pay that chunk. You are only a small part of the cost of a property investment. Property investing tax deductions. Nearly all costs of owning an investment property are 100% tax deductible. Things such as loan interest, fees and charges, repairs and maintenance, the letting fees, advertising, etc., rates, insurance, etc., and depreciation of the chattels. Receive up to $35,000 per year in tax deductions. That's around $10,000 tax back per year per property. Now, how much tax do you pay? Have you ever thought about this? Based on the Australian tax scales of 2019 to 2020, examples don't allow for any future changes to tax scales. Where do you sit on this current threshold? Are you at $60,000 a year, where you pay about $11,000 in tax, about $236 a week, over $110,000 over 10 years, and $221,000 over 20 years? Or are you at the end of the scale, paying $150,000 a year in your current tax threshold and paying about $45,000 in tax, $885 a week, up to $459,000 over 10 years, and over 20 years, over $900,000 in tax? Principle number 6, the principle of leverage. Your $20 a week controls a property worth $400,000. How's that for leverage? Look at the scale. $20 a week, $400,000 property. Let's say your property value increases at about 10% per annum. On a $400,000 property, that's around $40,000 a year. Could you save $40,000 in your super in a year? Ask yourself that question. Now let's look at leverage property versus super. Compare the pair. No, we're not the meerkat. Compare the pair. 15 years until retirement. In the red, you've got $275,900 by retirement. That's $150,000 invested in super at 7% per year. Looking at the right, $150,000 invested in property at 7% per year, purchase property worth $350,000. You're left with nearly $1 million by retirement. You do the math. Super versus property. Now you might be thinking at this time, is that kind of growth rate realistic? Let's have a look at the image over the past 60 years. The year is 1960. The average house price is $7,000 and the average income per annum is a little over $2,000. Fast forward 20 years later, the year is 1980. The house price is $44,000 on average, and the yearly income has skyrocketed up to about $12,000 a year. The year 2000, we've got $38,000 is the average income per annum, and house prices sit around roughly $110,000. Just fast forward a little over 10 years later, and the average price is $481,000. These stats are from REIA. On average, the Australian property values have doubled every 10 years. Now remember, past performance of property market is a strong indicator, but is no guarantee of future performance. And last, number 7, get to 3 and you're free. Get to 3 and you're free. We all pay around 1/3 of our income on housing for either their mortgage or rent. Looking at the image, you'll see the first home you should pay off is yourself. Now, not having to pay off a mortgage saves you 1/3 of your income. With your investment property, someone else is paying you 1/3 of their income, and your third property investment, someone else pays you 1/3 of their income, which equals 100% of an income has been replaced. Once you have 3 properties paid off, you have the equivalent of a full income without having to work, so work becomes optional. You can replace your income with rent. Think about that. And last, financial freedom. Once you've replaced your working income with passive income, you're free to live your life on your own terms. Now, I hope you got a lot out of that. Now, let us introduce ourselves. Who are we? We are Property Guru Pro, your gateway to a better life. Property Guru Pro is built on 3 basic pillars: education, honesty, and excellence. As you can see, we first educate our clients in regards to property investing. Our executive group has over 21 years of experience in wealth creation and over 30 years in property development, helping over 1,000 people create property portfolios that have generated in excess of $1 billion in passive income and equity growth. We believe in educating our clients, not selling them. If we take away all the confusion around property investing, our clients can make confident, informed decisions. Our wealth creation strategy. Our wealth development strategy is simple. Get to 3 properties and you're free. With our rapid acquisition program, it's easy as 1, 2, 3 equals retire early. We do all the work for our clients. We provide optimal financial strategies tailored to your specific requirements. We develop the property portfolio plan. We ensure our selection of stock fulfills your capital growth and return needs. We monitor every aspect of progress regularly. We provide ongoing communication with our clients every step of the way. We execute every facet for you. It doesn't get easier than that. Our partners in finance: Yellow Brick Road Wealth Management and Asset Finance Services. Now, if you got something from this summary and want to know what the next steps are for you in your property journey, get your free consultation and report now. Find out how much faster you could pay off your mortgage, how much interest and tax you could save in that time, and how long before you could reach your retirement goal. Next steps. Number 1, we will help you complete your financial introduction form. Number 2, our finance experts will meet with you in person or on Zoom to review and create a personalized report on how this plan would work for you. There's no cost and there's no obligation, so why not? And number 3, if you sign off on implementing the plan, you can then start a time to review property options with a property expert. Thanks for watching, and this has been another education session from Property Guru Pro, your gateway to a better life. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye now.